All right, guys, into section 5 of chapter 5, inequalities involving the absolute value. So previously we solved equations involving absolute value. Now we're going to solve and graph absolute value inequalities with less than and then also greater than. Different things happen in each situation. So let's check it out. So absolute value inequalities is our vocab this time. So absolute value inequalities involving less than. The inequality absolute value of x less than 3 means that the distance between x and 0 is less than 3. So remember, absolute value means the distance something is from something on the number line. Okay? So if I want the distance between x and 0 to be less than 3, I can go either way from 0, 3 units either way on the number line, and that's everything in between there. Now, since it's strictly less than, I don't shade in the endpoints. Remember, since absolute value means distance, you can go 3 units in either direction. So I know this is a positive 3 here, but you can go from negative 3 to 3 because all the numbers between negative 3 and 3 are within 3 steps from 0 on the number line. All right, so x is greater than negative 3 and x is less than 3 is the solution, so that's the solution set. The solution set is x such that x is between negative 3 and 3. Okay, so that's how you draw or write the inequalities for the solution for that one. So when solving absolute value inequalities, there are 2 cases to consider. The expression inside the absolute value symbols is non-negative, and second is the expression inside the absolute value symbols is negative. The solution is the intersection of the 2 cases, the intersection. Okay? So let's check this out. Let's solve these and then graph the solution set. M plus 2, absolute value of m plus 2 is less than 11. That means the distance from m plus 2 to 0 on the number line is less than 11. Remember, you have to rewrite absolute value of m plus 2 is less than 11 for case 1 and case 2. So case 1, m plus 2 is non-negative, and m plus 2 is negative. So basically, case 1, you just rewrite the inequality without the absolute value symbol. And then case 2, you rewrite it with the inequality symbol reversed and take the opposite of what it's less than or greater than to. Okay, so when it's negative, think about it like this. You're changing the sign on the other number to account for if the inside of the absolute value is negative, so you have to flip the inequality symbol. Okay, don't multiply both sides by a negative or anything like that. Just flip the inequality symbol and make the number negative. Alrighty, so here we solve for m by subtracting 2 from both sides. Do the same thing here. Simplify, you get m is less than 9. And here you get m is greater than negative 13. So m is less than 9 and m is greater than negative 13. If you shaded the intersection of those, you would get all the numbers between negative 13 and 9, shade in between. Don't shade in the endpoints because the original inequality is strictly less than. All right, absolute value of y minus 1 is less than negative 2. Be careful with these ones. Absolute value cannot be negative. So it's impossible for absolute value of y minus 1 to be less than negative 2. So there's no solution. And the solution set is the empty set, 0 with a slash through it. 0 with a slash through it. Okay, think about it. No matter what number you plug in here, you're either going to get 0 if you plug in 1, or if you plug in any other number, the answer is going to be either positive or negative, and then when you take the absolute value of that answer, it's going to make it positive. In all positive numbers, none of them are less than negative 2, so that's it there. All right, guys, go ahead and try this one, and hit play when you're ready. Okay, we're back. So with 1a, you have n minus 8 is less than or equal to 2, and n minus 8 is greater than or equal to negative 2. Those are the 2 cases. So you add 8 to both sides on each case. Here you get n is less than or equal to 10. And here you get n is greater than or equal to 6. So if I graph both at the same time, I would get, here's 10, here's 6, shade 10, So you could kind of like shade 10 everything to the left, shade 6 everything to the right. And so the overlap is the intersection, that's the ones in between. So it's x such that x is less than or equal to 10, greater than or equal to 6. And that's the solution set. Okay. Now this one, you have absolute value being less than a negative. The answer is no solution to empty set because you can never have the absolute value of a number be less than 0. So if you want it to be less than -3, that's impossible. Okie dokie. All right, a recent survey showed that 65% of young adults watched online video clips. The margin of error was within 3 percentage points. Find the range of young adults who use video sharing sites. So the difference between the actual number of viewers and the number from the survey is less than or equal to 3. So let x be the actual number of viewers, then absolute value of x minus 65 is less than or equal to 3, because you could go up or down by 3 from 65%. So you solve each case. X minus 5, 65 is non-negative, so x minus 5 is less than or equal to 3. And x minus 65 is greater than or equal to -3. Remember, when you take the negative case, you have to flip the symbol. So add 65 to both sides in both cases, and you get x is less than or equal to 68, and x is greater than or equal to 62. So the range of young adults who use video sharing sites is from 62 to 68% is another way to say that one. Okay? All right, go ahead and read this one and hit play when you're ready. All right, we're back. The melting point of ice is 0 degrees. During a chemistry experiment, Jill observed ice melting within 2% or 2 degrees of this measurement. Write a range of temperatures Jill observed. Oops. So the difference between 0, the actual temperature in 0, has to be less than or equal to 2 degrees. Now that simplifies to x is less than or equal to 2 degrees. Okay, so case 1 is x is less than or equal to 2. Case 2 is flip it over and change the sign. So it would be x is less than or equal to 2, greater than or equal to -2. So it's from -2 to 2 degrees is when she observed ice melting. Pretty cool, huh? All right, guys, that's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one.